Hello there everyone and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. We're playing as Serbia in World War I. Last time around we defeated a fascist uprising in Naples. And we also started to recruit a navy, which first elements of it should come out next turn, which is nice. So that's going well. We're also about one step away from being able to attack the Ottomans that are threatening my holdings in Greece. But what we're going to start off with is dealing with the Spanish. So the Spanish have made a huge invasion of Romania and sent 3 armies. We need to deal with them. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to send in this army and I'm going to attack this army right over here. Now, this battle has already crashed on me once. So, I mean, I have the choice, of course, which army to attack. The thing is, the best choice is actually to attack this army because this one carries heavy fixed artillery. So that outranges anything we have and would make it very difficult for us to actually fight this army. Because they have 2 fixed artillery that outranges us, and then in addition to that they have 2 extra artillery pieces. So it would be best to defeat them where they couldn't be able to use their fixed artillery, and that is if they come in as a reinforcement army. So we're gonna go ahead and attack this army right here, and hopefully the battle will commence without a hitch and will go through to the end. So here's the big artillery that I was talking about. They won't be able to use them, but if I face these guys first, you can imagine the fixed artillery outranging us, plus the other 2, plus a bloody mortar. That would be difficult to charge in an attack. Cavalry, of course, would be easy to kind of slaughter, but advancing under such a hailfire of all that cannon would be quite difficult, especially since this is the army that I would bring in. The only thing we're going to do here is to change things around is I'm going to change the deployment thing over here. So I don't want to bring in the general first, and I don't want to bring in artillery first. Let's bring in machine gun first, and then let's bring in 2 units of infantry, 3 units of infantry actually, before we bring in the cannons. And let's bring in this cannon first, and then the general, and then more infantry. So I think that's the setup, because otherwise if I just roll in the general and the cannon, they would be very vulnerable, especially since, as it looks like here, I'm sandwiching this army, which means that the army coming from the town or coming from Bucharest to reinforce might end up right behind the Spanish. If I have artillery and weak units coming in first, they're just going to go ahead and slaughter them, and I won't be able to respond, and then my troops will just continuously walk into this grinder the Spanish would have set up for them. With all of that said, in the pre-battle analysis, let's go ahead and fight the battle, shall we? Last battle that crashed, I moved up my artillery, hoping to be able to shell the enemy as soon as possible and help my reinforcement army. Unfortunately, it bugged out. I was forced to pull back and kind of leave it for the enemy to shoot down, which was quite disappointing. Hopefully that doesn't happen. So let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna go ahead and move the artillery forward so we get in range. I'm gonna rush trying to take a position in this forest. Cavalry is gonna move on this side, trying to take out the mortars. And my reinforcement is yet again coming in right in the corner over here. Oh, ended up long beneath the ground. Yeah, just keep rolling up there. Next infantry unit charging up, taking out the mortar. So it's lucky that we ended up here in the corner. We could have ended up here, which would have been a disaster. It's only a mortar, and then there's no infantry in between there, so kind of interesting how the AI decided to do it like that. I'm gonna halt the artillery. I'm gonna hope that it doesn't break this time. I mean, I've played this entire campaign without having my artillery really break and act wonky. But then just when I very much need it to be able to advance and help me out, then of course it's gonna go ahead and break on me. I think we're gonna detach about 3 units trying to get to this forested area over there. And then these guys, you know what, we'll get 1 setting up in this forest and then 3 in the main. Now hopefully the forest will cover us enough that we can hold out, waiting for the reinforcement to come in to destroy our enemies. Right, this unit is now in, and the mortar is rolling against them. They will charge up. Go ahead and try to get those out of the picture as soon as possible. My cavalry will move around, see about getting at those mortars. My artillery is blasting kind of the center position of the enemy. And they open fire upon us before we are actually able to open fire. The forest though seem to be covering us a lot, which seems good. And with the heavy artillery barrage that we're gonna put down, I'm hoping this is gonna work, but it's not gonna work for very long, I notice. We are losing quite a bit of men. The enemy is actually detaching troops going back, meaning that these troops could outnumber the enemy on the flank and actually shoot him down. And I kind of regret here not pushing the troops to run into position. We're actually losing quite a lot of men in the center. I will go ahead and redraw them further back into the forest as these troops are pulling up. And we ran over that mortar. These 2 units will head over to this forest now, try and flank the enemy. My artillery pieces are coming in. Given that we're that close to the enemy, I think we're gonna try to kind of deploy like that. Oh yeah, the battle kind of crashed long before I was able to see where the enemy's reinforcements were gonna come in from. So I'm not entirely sure where they're gonna come in from. Okay, so it was good that I pulled back because we had lost quite a lot of men. Let's target this unit. And we seem to be winning here. Although I wish you to attack here, you to attack here, and you to actually move up a little bit. Get a better angle on those guys. Charging into the forest. Second general should hold on the hill. Machine gun won't be used here, but it will be used against whatever comes out. Oh, there they are. Enemy general. We're gonna set up the machine gun over there. And let's set up the artillery slightly angled, so that they have the option then to turn the artillery either towards here or towards here. And then the general kind of in the back, let the infantry march forward. The Spanish are pulling back too many troops over here, which means the front line is dying and getting destroyed. But it also means my cavalry can't go after their mortars. You know what? I should target their mortars. They're concentrating so many troops upon them that will be able to have kind of a field day once my artillery strikes over there. We'll detach a 3rd unit to help out move over there. And then the rest of these will deploy on either side of the machine gun to aid that. Ah, shit, they're coming up behind us, the stupid enemy cavalry. I'm gonna have to turn some units here. These 2 will turn, and you will move into the forest. And these 2 should move up closer to deal with these, and you should join in to be able to help out. Enemy general got killed. I'm bombarding this area, of course, with artillery, blowing up loads of enemy units. Let's target this one and These artillery pieces should now deploy. Get these 3 marching this way. Enemy cavalry riding up is getting gunned down. The troops over here are getting gunned down. Seems to be working. The artillery piece out here is a bit vulnerable, but I think the enemy is focusing their cavalry more on attacking these units over here. The Spanish units are getting blown to pieces over here. Not entirely sure why they're focusing all their troops around the mortars, just making them a target like that. Let's go ahead and push forward. Destroy these. Getting this one further forward as well. Now artillery coming down from the hill. It's not actually covering the enemy that much, but I think if I pull, as I'm pulling all the troops towards this area, I think the enemy will be moving there as well. This one is actually getting hit quite hard from all sides. That artillery position isn't actually that great. I would want to be able to hit these guys, which I can't in any good way because it's nowhere close to them. Okay, let's move all of these forward. Try and get rid of these. I don't think I need to move then. The 3 units here, to move them towards here. Instead, they should be moving to join here. And then we should actually march all of this forward. And then limber the guns up and move them down to meet the second army. Because the first army is more or less destroyed. Seems like I got the mortars more or less. It would be more important to try and get the troops as we move forward here. Now one of the mortars is actually the front line, getting targeted by my troops. However, I'm probably more interested in shooting down the cavalry, because that will be returning fire. It's kind of cool because you see a comparison of how the old style uniforms of this mod looked like and what the new ones look like. So you get that big difference, which is kind of cool, even though the Spanish units, of course, don't really look that great. Let's move over here. Move just slightly forward, and then these guys will join in with that line. And we're slowly moving forward here, shooting down. What I want to do is I kind of want to bring down the cavalry which I have over here and just kind of run over what's left of the Spanish, but I can't really do that when they're all kind of focusing, or they're not focusing. Oh, now they're actually moving en masse to attack. This is where we move in the cavalry. They might try to break the line. It's not that strong. I think one concentrated... Oh, are they going for my artillery? Are they gonna make it? Oh, they were just about to kind of call the charge. Oh, what that? Oh, the Spanish are charging? What are they doing?
We have killed their general, sir. Now
The general died. Need to start moving these, so not forget that. Here comes the cavalry. Oh shit, that unit is actually facing us. Hold fire. let's not try to shoot down our own unit. And that goes for you guys as well. And the cavalry charge kinda worked. Follow after the other units. And I will order these two to open fire. And that should hopefully break these. And then this piece should hold and limber. Get rid of the cavalry, send them somewhere else. And then tell these guys to open fire as well. Yep, they're all gone. Let's focus over here now. Okay, so they're rolling up artillery. I'm gonna turn these guys around as soon as they are... Yeah, they're ready. Turn around, face these. Let's see, are these guys ready? No, they're not close yet. Machine gun, continue forward. Infantry support. Now you've joined the line over here. Get into the forest. Let's make an advance. Preparing to set up. These guys are ready to rejoin, but they'll be reserve. They have lost a lot of men. Cavalry coming over here. Set you up by the road. Okay, they reached the mortar batteries. I kind of want to reach all the way to the end though, but I think we might have to just stop right here and deploy. Cavalry unit got destroyed. Right now they're rolling the field artillery right into my rifle fire. That must be, yeah, that's mortar fire. Coming in from the enemy. Set up here. Can have you actually move to link up with the line. Cannons ready to fire. Good, good. Yeah, they're just rolling their field guns straight into my fire right now. We're about to set up these guns as well. Good, good. Machine gun is set up. Let's actually roll that forward even further. March forward with the infantry. Oh, we actually... Oh no, that was artillery probably destroying that piece. Rather... No, we are actually shooting down some of them. If you put enough bullets into them, they will get destroyed. It's just because I normally play like normal Napoleon. You aren't able to break down the enemy artillery because you can't really put enough musket fire onto them. I'm gonna concentrate all my artillery fire on the enemy mortar. And as we are doing that, we should gain a little bit of ground on the enemy to keep at rifle contact with them constantly. Machine gun not yet ready to fire. The thing is though, I'm a little bit worried if I tell him to open fire, if he starts firing, like, targets this unit, and he fires through my own. Hopefully he won't. Given them, I'm now targeting this with 4 artillery pieces. We should be able to get rid of this mortar crew pretty quickly. They are now within machine gun range. Let's open fire. I might even pull these guys just slightly back like that. Make it easier for the machine gun to fire at them. We're gonna switch targets now. Switch to fire on the infantry. That mortar crew is more or less dead anyways. There's only 4 crewmen left. What a wonderful ground to fire a machine gun over. It's completely flat. And the Spanish infantry is getting blown to bits. So good try, Spain, but I don't know what on God's green earth got you thinking that you was gonna invade Romania. And it seems like they are thinking the same, because right now they're marching straight into my fire. Looks like, yeah, the Spanish army just broke down. They all broke. And we have victory. Very nice. And here we have the results of the battle. The Spanish deployed 5,200 men against our 4,200 men. They lost 4,600, while we lost about 1,000. Only 600 Spaniards remain, if you don't count the reserve force over here. Highest killers goes to light howitzers. So that light howitzer in the start of the battle, of course, being able to fire almost constantly throughout the battle. No surprise they killed 900. So 20% of all the enemy casualties were achieved by that. Quite surprising that none of the other pieces don't turn up. They turn up way far down here. Machine gun only killing 100. The other field guns killing combined 150. And so on. Not very great. But then again, they were moved into action quite late in the battle. And for a long time they were held on the hill. Where the Spanish were out of range. But that's good, because we destroyed the more useful part of the Spanish force. Trained novice strategist. I think we should pursue this one. Now it puts them still at quite a heavy advantage, but I don't think... I mean, I doubt any unit we're gonna lose, or that we're gonna lose that many units. We lost 200 men. We didn't kill their force though, which was the bad thing. I am able to pursue them for a second time. Of course it's the cannons that survive. What? I defeat? No unit was killed though. How can I win and then get defeated? How does that work? How can I win a battle and then get defeated? Luckily none of my units got destroyed, but... damn. Bloody bastard. Right, even if he counterattacks, I will be able to destroy him. I'll just have to play the battle. God damn it. How can I out-resolve and win the first battle? And not win the second one? When the enemy has lost more troops? Huh. Given the time of the episode, I don't think we'll be able to fit in a fight against the Ottomans. What I'll do is I'll just move to here. The thing is, I really want to get my ships out to sea, so I kind of want to end turn and get that going. I think for next episode, I think what I'll do... I mean, this is just Civil Guard battalions. Or reservists. I'll mop this up off camera. So we kind of get going with this. And then... bloody Ottomans. I'll figure out something with them as well. Thing is, I should enact a plan to just remove them. And then war with Italy again. Yeah, there's some stuff to think about. I'll figure out exactly what I'll do in next episode. But for now, I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.